Greetings, friends. It's Denise again with Denise's Dancing Paintbrush, and today I'm working on a collage for a story in a children's book called Vasilisa the Beautiful. In this story, I'll tell you the story. It's about a merchant and his wife who had a single daughter known as Vasilisa the Beautiful. When she was 8 years old, Vasilisa's mother gave her a tiny wooden doll. If you are ever in need, give it a little to eat and a little to drink, and it will help you. The doll comforted Vasilisa after her mother died when she gave it a little to eat and drink. Later, her father remarried to a woman with 2 daughters. Her stepmother was very cruel to her, but the doll would often help her perform tasks that she was asked to do by her stepmother. When young men came calling, the stepmother rejected them all, for it was not proper for the younger to marry first. And, of course, no one wished to marry Vasilisa's stepsisters. While the merchant was away on a trip, his wife sold the house and moved them to a gloomy hut by the forest. One day, she put out all the fires except a single candle, but then her older daughter put out the candle, and they were unable to light fire in the house again. Even lamps and candles brought in from outside were snuffed out the moment they were carried into the house. And so, Vasilisa was sent to fetch light from the Baba Yaga, the witch. With her little wooden doll in her pocket, she came to a house that stood on chicken legs in the middle of the forest and was walled around by a fence made of human bones. It was the hut of Baba Yaga. To earn fire, Baba Yaga told Vasilisa that she must perform tasks or be killed. She was to clean the house and yard, wash Baba Yaga's laundry, and cook her meal, and also she was required to separate poppy seeds from grains of soil. And Baba Yaga left. Vasilisa despaired, and she worked herself into exhaustion, but the little doll whispered that she would complete all the tasks for Vasilisa, and the girl went to sleep. When she returned, Baba Yaga sent her home with a skull lantern full of burning coals to provide light for her stepfamily. The coals brought in the skull lantern worked, and Vasilisa buried the skull according to the instructions so that no person would be harmed by it. Later, Vasilisa went to Russia's capital city, where the Tsar himself noticed her beauty, and he married her. The end. So in this, I have to make the story look very dark, and light come from the eye sockets of the skull. It seemed like a fun thing to do with collage, to make this skull carried by this little girl. I'm making everything in dark purples and blues because it's nighttime and only light from the skull is coming. The little house in the background is covered with snow, and all the windows are dark, of course. Of course. So finding just the right blues and violets was the task of the day for this particular collage, but I enjoyed doing it. It was a lot of fun to do everything in blues and purples, and just enough gold around the face of the skull and the face of Vasilisa to light up to light up the story. There we go. Got her eyes in the right place. So you can see I'm mostly cutting the papers because I want it to be very sharp. I want the lines around the face and hands especially to be sharp. But I tore all the pieces, or most of them, for the trees in the background. I had to cut, of course, the little black windows for the house. And I'm using pieces from magazines and old catalogs and old calendars as well, as you can see. To make my house a little dark. There's the snowy roof. Nearly finished now, just the little windows in the background left to do. And there it is, the final picture for the storybook. What do you think? Vasilisa, the beautiful. I sure appreciate you watching all of this till the end. Thanks so much, and please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye now.